So, um, instead of making a bunch of videos, like bunch of separate videos, I figured I'd just kind of do like this one video. Just a couple of updates. Talk about Predator Poachers, like branching out, and this whole Coppa thing, and YouTubers, like just some advice for people who are starting off, trying to do YouTube, and about trying to make it a career, which is crazy because I only started a couple of months ago, but it's just my opinion, perspectives on what's going on. So, updates as far as this channel goes, it's pretty much just going to be the same, but as far as the discussion videos, the deep dives and stuff like that, I'm going to attempt to do those on Sundays. So moving forward, and throughout the week, if I see something I want to talk about, I'll just talk about it or whatever. But as far as like just things that I'll come up with, topics and stuff like that, or if anyone wants to leave something in the comment box about things that they feel that should be talked about or whatever, please just write it down, and I will do my best to sit there and talk about it moving forward. And plus, I feel like I don't know, sometimes like I'll talk about something because it'll happen in the moment. And I was talking to my friend a couple of days ago, and he was telling me about when you have a platform and you're speaking to an audience, you have to be responsible about the information that you give out, which is true. I mean, of course, there's times where something will come up and I'll sit there and give my quick thoughts, my opinions on it, but just moving forward, I'm gonna try to be more mindful as far as the topics and discussions that I talk about, as far as like, I don't know, do a little more research on it. I'm gonna try a little bit of both, but as far as that goes, yes. So Sundays is going to be discussions, and as far as my Bubba videos go, I'm gonna do those as far as doing those live on Instagram once a week, depending on my schedule at work, but I'm gonna attempt to try to do that once a week. I think I talked about it before, but I just want to kind of make it a little more like updated, I guess. And again, I cannot stress enough that if people want to have me talk about a certain topic or whatever, then I'll do my best to talk about it. And also, as far as Instagram goes, I know I do the both videos live, but if somebody wants to actually, have like a discussion or whatever, like just talk about shit or whatever, something that they find interesting, or if I find interesting, you want to do that, we can do that too. I do like the lives like twice a week. So just a thought. Well, not a thought, but just like an idea of, because I don't want just do just the bubble videos. I mean, it's still going to be done, and I'm going to be doing custom videos as far as bubble videos and other sort of videos, so that's not going away, but I kind of want to be more balanced as far as the content that I do. So moving forward, Predator Poachers is branching out. They are branching the fuck out. And it's pretty interesting to watch. They have a bunch of them right now. They have a Seattle one, they have an Atlanta one, they have a Jersey one, they have a Long Island one. And of course I'd say that last because that's where I live. I was talking to my dad and stuff like that about Long Island and how they're branching out here as far as trying to find well, catch pedals and stuff like that. And my dad's all like, oh, there's a bunch of them. Like, ugh. When I watched the video of you know, Predator Poachers Long Island, it's like the equivalent of finding a mouse in your home, or finding like a roach or something like that. You're just like, do something, exterminate it, you know. So found that pretty interesting. And the video is definitely, for anyone who's in Long Island, definitely try to watch it. And you know, just side story, I know that a lot of these predator hunter channels and stuff like that will sometimes get deleted, and they get deleted for a couple of things. You know, usually if the guy doesn't want his face shown, they'll delete it, you know, because the whole privacy thing or whatever. But then also the name itself, you know, if they sit there and say Predator Poachers or Predator Hunters or whatever, like, I feel like maybe it's just YouTube bots or whatever, but they tend to get targeted the most as far as videos getting taken down. And I noticed that, and I think one of the other groups that I watch, Danny 417 Predator Hunters, changed their name to like some alliance or something like that. And I'm like when she was with this talking about how she changed the name, I was like, I know why you changed the name. And it makes sense too, you know. It sucks that those channels tend to get taken down a lot, but it is what it is. It's funny because it started off with Predator Poachers Toronto, and then out of nowhere they just started getting these different chapters and stuff like that. And it's funny, I think it's the one in Long Island. He started, it's not weird, but it's pretty interesting how much Pop Squad actually has an effect on some of these, you know, predator groups, because he was using a lot of the same lingo and stuff like that. A lot of the same questions he was asking is pretty much from Pop Squad. And even just the whole, like, the way he was conducting himself, like, very professional and stuff. I was like, wow. You know, I mean, it's called Predator Poachers, but they're taking a lot of their Q&A from fucking Pop Squad. So, and just on another side note, I just found it funny that, like, a lot of these groups are being a lot more professional than the original group that started it all. But again, I gotta sit there and give kudos to Alex for actually branching this group out, you know. So, and like I said, you know, I don't just sit, you know, again, I don't just sit there and shit on his videos and shit on him or whatever. Like, when he does something good, I will sit there and give him props. And this is one of those things that I give him props for. That's fucking amazing. So, yeah, Predator Poachers Long Island. This should be interesting. It's weird because it's like, you know, I'm waiting for them to do another video, but at the same time, it's like, oh, they're gonna do another video. So, like, how close is this shit gonna get to where I live? But stay tuned. Stay tuned, I guess. And this whole, okay, so it has a lot to do with this whole Coppa thing, and how a lot of these YouTubers, a lot of these professional YouTubers are starting to lose, like, you know, money off of, like, their ads and their videos and stuff like that. Now, I think it's awesome, especially, you know, like, if you can do YouTube and make it a full-time job. If you can make it a full-time job, that is amazing. But I always sit there and say, have a backup, you know, like, have a side job, have a side hustle, something, you know, because one of the channels, I'm not gonna really sit there and tell a story, but her name is Darcy, really cool person, and she made a couple of videos, I think like 2 or 3 videos maybe, might be 2, but she was talking about Coppa and how, you know, it's affecting her channel as far as, like, money and, like, income and stuff like that. And I mean, I feel really bad for her, because it's like, you know, she's at a point, and it's amazing, she's at a point I never even thought about this, but like she's at a point where she's able to even like buy a house off of YouTube. Like YouTube. I never thought it was just that big. And granted, this is coming from a person who was just an observer, just going on and just watching videos and stuff like that, not making videos, but I'm like, so YouTube can be very, very profitable, but it's also on a sliding scale. So it's fluctuating. It depends on how many ads you get and things of that nature. But now you have this whole Coppa thing, and I'm not going to really get into the ins and outs of it because I don't really know that much about it. But from what I can understand from like her and other people, it's starting to wreak havoc on their revenue. And she snipped there as far as like Darcy, I think I'm pronouncing her name right, is starting to get like worried and stuff like that, like how she's gonna like support her family and things of that nature. And I'm like, just for people who are starting off doing YouTube, I mean, if you do it and you want to do it for money and stuff like that, I think it's great. If you want to pursue it, that's amazing. You just have to keep in mind that it is a sliding scale. And just even from my perspective, just doing YouTube and stuff like that, it just depends on a lot of different factors. Like if you're gonna get a large amount of views or no views, it just depends on what you do, and it depends on how engaging you are, and I guess how charismatic you are. I don't know. I kind of look at YouTube as like somewhat of like a bartender's job, because you can go and you can bartend for the night and make a ton of money, or you can make no money, and it really depends on you, your attitude, your personality, and your mood and stuff like that. Like if you're really negative, like it just turns a lot of people off. Really positive and you're very like charming and just very just like whatever, you just have that personality where you can just get people, you're gonna make a lot of money. But just always remember to have a backup plan, just in general. There's another girl, I can't pronounce her name, but she was talking about how she was having a lot of issues with YouTube, just as far as like her videos being demonetized because they were quote unquote super, like sexual, whatever, like sexual in nature, some dumb shit. So a lot of her videos were getting demonetized, and a lot of her videos weren't getting as many views, and I feel like it started to affect her like mentally to some extent, because you look at your views and you're like, oh man, I'm doing really great, and the next video you do, you're like, oh man, this is really shitty. And especially for her, because she's been doing YouTube videos for a while, so it's like, you put in a lot of time, a lot of energy, and editing, and money, and all this different type of stuff, and you make the video, and it just, a matter of people liking it or not liking it. And it's like, I can sit there and tell you personally, here's the thing, it affects me, but it doesn't affect me that much, because I do it for fun. I'm not doing this for profit, I'm not doing this as my only job. I do it for fun. So to some extent, yeah, I get a little kind of disappointed when I do a video that I felt took a lot of time and energy and a subject I was really passionate about. But at the same time, it's YouTube, and it depends on, as they say, the YouTube gods or whatever, they're gonna recommend it to people and stuff like that. So a lot of times when I sit there and say, again, like the video, because that does help. That does actually help. The more likes you get, the more you can, the more YouTube will recommend it to other people, and whatever. But again, I get a little disappointed about it, but I don't take it to the extent of, holy shit, how am I going to be able to feed myself tonight? Like, because I do this for fun. I do actually have a job. Not disrespect people who don't have a job, and that's not to say that YouTube is a job, but I'm saying like I have another job where I don't actually have to depend on YouTube for financial support. So just again, I know it's probably me just rambling, but just to reiterate, you know, if you're gonna be doing YouTube and you know you want to make this like a full-time job, you can do it. You can do it. The skies is the limit with YouTube. You just have to be practical and just know that it's a fluctuating market, you know. And watch a couple of people, watch a couple of their vlogs that when they're talking about Coppa and how it's affecting them, and then you can kind of judge like, all right, am I gonna put all my eggs into this one basket, or am I just gonna sit there and just do a couple of videos, have a job, and then if I blow up or whatever, then that's cool. But don't quit your job, because again, with this whole Coppa thing, it's kind of up in the air. I've seen a lot of people just disappearing from YouTube, and you know, a lot of people are worried about their, you know, videos being fine and all this other stuff like that. Some people talk about how YouTube can disappear. First of all, YouTube isn't going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. But did you? I don't want to sit there and say you have to adapt with the times, but like it's a fluctuating market, and you're either gonna roll with the punches, or you're just gonna get taken out and get depressed, or just pissed off and you're like, fuck it, I'm done. And I know I'm making this video way too long, but I didn't really have that much to say about you know what, fuck it, I'll just make it in the next video, because it's not really that long, and I don't, you know, for people who are just gonna be watching the IMJ station channel, like report about him, I don't want to sit there and have people sit through 16 minutes so far. But yeah, that's just my thoughts about Coppa and this Predator Poachers branching out, and just my updates about this channel. So again, hit me up on Instagram if you want to do like a live discussion about something. If you write your name down in the comment section, I will sit there and look for you, and then we could talk about like a schedule as far as like doing it throughout the week or whatever, and just pick a day and just do it. Because you know, again, this weekend I hung out with my friends, and you know, we talked a lot about some, as the quote unquote hot topics, and it was actually pretty interesting. And it was funny because I was sitting there thinking about like, because I did like kind of, you know what, fuck it, I did record it, but I did erase it though, because again, I'm not going to sit there and be a hypocrite and talk about integrity, and then I do something that's just very, well, dickish. So, but again, it just got me the idea of just, you know, doing discussions with other people, YouTubers, and just subscribers in general, because a lot of times, you know, you can sit there and bounce off ideas off each other and just kind of learn something new. And I think that's the fun of doing this channel, and just the fun. I don't want to sit there and say YouTuber or content creator, but just, I don't know, when I come up with a different acronym for it, then I'll fucking say it. But thank you for watching this super long video, and thanks for subbing, you know, thanks for subscribing and just watching the videos, because I mean, it's fun doing it, but if somebody can sit there and listen and, you know, talk about it, bounce ideas, and even if some shit that you don't like what I said, just tell me in the comment section, and, you know, make me think. That's what it's about. I know. Actually, no, it is about that. But, thank you. Have a good day or a good night, whatever time you're watching this video, and, till next time.